Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host today, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to Oxygen Not Included, where today we are going to be continuing in our colonization of Radilla. God, I missed the mod that allowed me to rename these planets. So, amongst these colonization efforts, we are going to have to eventually send someone over there. Now the question is, how are we going to do that? The answer is simple. We need to grab one of our bionic duplicants. Although technically, because they can hold their breath for exceedingly long periods of time now, it's less as necessary that it's bionic, but it helps a lot more. So, in order to make that happen, we need another bionic duplicate. Which this is just so gracious as to give me. Hello, Sonia. Did you have to be rigid thinking? Like, I can accept the science because you don't use science as the necessary, you know, attribute leveling, which is what the science is really all about for regular dupes. But which you don't care about. But do you really need to get the decreased strength? I guess if we just turn you into something that doesn't need strength, like the rancher or the farmer or something, it doesn't matter. But overall, it is kind of one of those really necessary kind of traits. So, I'm not sure how I feel about grabbing a rigid thinker. What were all the other options available for this? Minus cuisine and architecture, good. Construction and creativity, who cares? Athletics and, no. Medicine and science, that's the good one. Husbandry and medicine, also not a bad one. All thumbs, excavation and machinery. Depending on what we do with you, again, not a bad one. And you come pre-installed with electrical engineering. In other words, the one that lets you use the microchip crafting and generator stuff. Right. Gizmo, what boosters do we have? Construction, medical, piloting. You know what? You know what? To hell with it. To hell with it. We will just turn you into someone that doesn't need to care. So Gizmo, honestly, to start with, let's take this advanced medical thing and replace it with the construction booster. Then we can grab Sonia and give it to her. There we go, Sonia. You're now our doctor. Meanwhile, we do start with blueprints. What blueprint do you want to offer me today? Ooh, something good. Balloons! I'm not against balloons. Also, fun fact, I got myself a new mod. A mod which doesn't appear to be working. Because it's meant to put the clothing over the top, which it doesn't seem to be want to be doing. Now that I have two guys as well, we are definitely going to have to consider how I am going to feed them. Because as good as uranium might be for just giving them some good batteries, we need a better solution. Now, if we take a look at here and the list of batteries we have available to us at the moment, we do here have the shine bug egg battery, which means that if I can take this little shine bug and turn it and raise it into becoming a lovely little thing, we can produce a lot of good eggs. The problem with shine bugs is they're radioactive. Extremely radioactive. To the point of, how many of you can I fit in a room? 6. So I know I can fit 8 hatches in a single cell, and because shine bugs are half that size, I can produce I fit 16 shine bugs in a single pen. And that means I would be producing about something like a casual 6,000 rads of radiation, which is literally like 3 of these things. That's how you create radioactive mutant plants. Also, another thing I want to actually do today. I say after I've been recording for 10 minutes. I want to work out the plant for these things. How big are you guys? 12. So I can fit 12 of you in a single place. The thing about you is you eat these tubulars. Tubulars require sulfur and polluted or brine water. Senna, for God's sake, do not go in there while it is spewing water. You massive, goddamn, bloody idiot. So, how quickly do these tubulars grow? 8. How much tubular do you eat? 25%. So we need 2 tubulars per squid. Tubulars require sulfur and the brine. We have the brine right here thanks to this thingamajig. What temperature do you like to grow? 50 to 100. Fine. I guess. If anything, all it proves is I need to get this thermal thing up and running. Either that or I question if you guys even need to be tame. Because if you don't need to be tame, then there's not really a worry about me needing to do this, is there? Oh, the milking station doesn't need power. I thought it did. Cool. That helps. Right, we've completed our solid management, which is what we are going to require in order to manage our rockets. If I research this critter condo, this is something I want to know. From my knowledge, how the fuck did that happen? Yeah, from my knowledge here, it says these slogos drop their malt for 10 kilograms of their malt whenever they're happy. Now, does that trigger regardless of whether or not they are tame? And in order to find that out, we need the critter condo. And looky here, we have our cute little dartle. Hello there. If I need chlorine, you're the thing to give it to me. But in order to get that, I need somewhere very, very cold. Which this planet kind of does lack. It's very, very cold. Senna, you're going to research. Let me guess where. I don't mind you researching these things. In fact, we quite frankly want you to research them. Yeah, I might need to replace some of the rubber tiles in here. Honestly. I think. Rubber has apparently proven itself too effective at what it does. And a new random person. Hello there! What do you give me? What do you offer me? Kitchen Menace is already a good perk. Kitchen Menace, ironically, I consider to be a green perk, so you don't actually have any red perk. Red perks. You have Interior Decorator, which I kind of consider a yellow perk. It comes with a negative, but that negative is so minor, is -5. Let's see, you'll also have Creativity and Medicine. I don't think I need you, but you're not bad. Well, inherently. We kind of already have someone that does everything you do. If anything, what I need is a machine person, like this one, who has machinery and Grease Monkey. The problem is then they also have Bottomless Stomach, which is annoying. We're in a position where I don't care. And Slow Learner, which is just bad, because then they don't learn their skills as fast. So let's just take the Oxypherne and go. Guys, don't analyze it. while it's pumping out water. It's not that hard to understand. Although, apparently this place is just too hot at the moment. Thanks to this thing pelting out at 90-odd degrees. Senna, what are you doing? Senna, we built one of these things, right? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Senna's assigned. Good! Good girl. Also, I guess I can just break this decontamination shower now. As well. Sonia, I would say your priorities right now are doctoring and operating. You're receiving treatment, which means you're getting 75 health a cycle, which just means stay in the goddamn bed today. Meanwhile, if I look all the way down here, of course these are broken. This is one of those moments where I'm probably going to have to set up an atmosphere suit. To set up an atmosphere suit, I need the ability to make them, which apparently I don't have. God damn is wrong with me. Oh yeah, here's another thing I've learned. One beanstalk is apparently what's needed to feed one ore hull. So, yeah. These things are a lot harder to farm than I initially gave credit for. Or at least are a lot hungrier than I initially gave credit for. Radia is getting some meteors. Ooh, okay. And also, this pip's just ruining everything that Rover's done. Poor Rover. Luckily, the only meteors we get is Oxalite, and Oxalite is meaningless, because then it just breaks itself. Oh, good. So, just making a singular couple of tiles was all that was needed to fix the fact that this was completely... Yeah. Glorious! I need to figure out a farm for shine bugs. Because shine bugs will be the source of power for our bionic duplicants over here. Either that or plug slugs, which technically produce like 2.5 batteries. Almost, no, actually that's like 2 3/4 batteries. You know what, we have so much nori over there. Can I just please create a fish feeder right there and we just fill it with nori for the poor little fellas? Good job, Sinner. Good job. We will research our... whatchamacallit with all due time. So what is my to-do list? First, I have apparently made all the zinc. And here we go. Another one of these. What do you give me? I'll go with the Lura seed right now because I don't think I have what's needed to look after another bionic dupe. Although I will take another blueprint if you want to be so gracious as to reward me with one. Hoo-hoo. Another hanging pot. Okay, it's building. We can use that. We can use that. Ah, you're researching our final little bit that we need for that research. Glorious! Now that you've done that, create me the exosuit forge. Because we're clearly going to need exosuits if we want to properly exist down here. Apparently. You're dormant now. Okay. Glorious. Can this be run? Yes, it can. Okay. Well, now that we have these critter condos, I want to make one in here. Because then we can discover whether these happy slogos will then start producing us malts. Because if they do, we have a purpose for them. Still. Because admittedly, the slogos have lost their purpose of producing mucilin when we have the seahorses doing it at a much greater rate. Especially because it means we could also do it with the Gilgos. In addition, another thing I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do is replace everything that's made out of iron right now. So like the aquatic shearing station, vulcanizer, and whatnot, by making it out of zinc instead. Because we're gonna need that iron to make steel. Because goddamn, do we need a lot of steel. Yes, Nisbet! Give the little critters a home! Building is flooded. Okay. Make it the aquatic one instead, then. Building is not submerged. The other one was flooded. This one's not submerged. Make up your mind. God damn it, you can be milked. I just missed that. Okay, in that case, we need to relocate you and you in here with the utmost priority. So that you can then be milked. You've got a couple of days to do it. We've got a few days to do it, so it's fine. Come on, Senna. Move those squids. Which are clearly not very happy about this entire endeavor. Devon, where are you going? Oh, Senna's currently doing it. Okay, Senna, come in and show us the squids being milked. Where are you? There you are. Happy looking squid. Very happy looking squid. Unhappy looking Senna. So from one milking we get 200 kilograms of squid ink. Squid ink can then be used in the water cooler to provide morale, stress relief, and radiation resistance. Nisbet, why are you sinking into the tiles? That's what concerns me. Now, is anything going to use this, or does it actually need to be in the correct room? Because if it does need to be in the correct room, then ironically, this is actually the correct size. In terms of width, at least. Huh. It does also mean the Slogos will not be very happy because there's too many of them. Although then again, maybe not, because it is including these animals too. Huh. 7. There are 7 of them. Is that including the egg? It is not including the egg. So. The thing about glow squids is they only produce milk when they're fed. Now, when they're wild, they don't generally get hungry enough to bother being fed. So, won't produce ink very often. We are slowly making ourselves a Slogo den. Have you guys used this thing? Yes, you have, which means your happiness 5, which does give you an extra 4% reproduction rate. Fun, actually, to know that. We still produce the meal lice so bloody quickly. But apparently no one's fertilizing the damn stuff. You've made our exosuit overlay, which means we can now make the exoforge. Nice. Glorious. What is next on our agenda? There's a few different options of things we might need, actually, but at the very least, I feel that the first one we should do is everything that doesn't require the Radbot research. Because we should have those by now. I really wish there was a button for just mine out the back wall. Instead of having to force me to just make the dry wall and then potentially destroy it if there's too much. Slickler eggs. You know, I've just realized. You guys being tame and cozy. Actually, this is actually one of the good examples to look at. You're cozy, so you've got 19 bonus reproduction rate. You are not, which means yours is only 15. So yes, the extra point of happiness does cause them to grow quicker. Now, the other way we can make them even happier is by using the likes of the critter fountain, which can then give them +3 happiness when we feed them squid ink. Squid ink that we can get from these squids down here, if we can figure out a way to plant them. Quite frankly, one of the things I will likely require to do is mutate these things. The question is, how am I going to go about that when they require 50-degree heat? And right now, it's just 40. It's just, you know, whatchamacallit, near the radiation. The only way I can think of doing that is maybe making a den of whatchamacallit, shine bugs below them. But even then, either way, what's in here? Oh yeah, slicklers. Do I want slicklers? Slicklers like carbon. They also like it to be 50 degrees. The only place around here that is 50 degrees is the abyss. But the abyss is covered in water, so they can't exactly help down here. The problem with them is they could become long hair, which is not something I want. You like excavation, yet are undigging, so screw right off, and you're kind of basic, so screw right off. Alright, reject them all, I guess. Nesbeth, where are you going? You are gathering fabrication materials. For what, exactly? Slime. Ah! For the phyto oil. Good girl, good girl. Ah, so they have been getting fresh oil. Nice! Well done to the pair of you. I suppose, then, that leads to the question of... Let's see, you produce 12 kilograms of slime a day. So, every 10 days we get 70 phyto oil per thing. We need phyto oil every 8 days, approximately. Stress, negative 10%, 8 caviar. Wait, caviar gives an extra 10% stress negative on top? God damn, that's good. It's 2 morale and the stress negative? Breath of fresh air, +2 happiness. Yes, okay. If I were to tame beckons, giving them the fountain, oxygen, and whatchamacallit, they could produce a lot of eggs really quickly, giving us a lot of fish to feed. Meaning, again, Pacus are useless. The only difference is beckons eat phosphorite. In other words, what Drecos produce. The starfish produce 80 kilograms of phosphorite. Honestly, quite frankly, at this point, considering these things are free phosphorite, I should be trying to have each of them at least somewhat filled with water. Hey, can I place a wall planter, please? Not made out of diamond, though. Not made out of diamond. God, no. Make it out of pearl. Let's dig a path like that. That should be enough to stop the water from properly flowing into here. I did not know buddy buds were submersible. Huh. Maybe that changed with this with this expansion. So this is now a natural room. Mood, happy. Okay. So you little fellas are now happy. Yes, look at you. Very nice and happy. And because you're happy, you might be able to produce the Slogo malt. We'll keep an eye out on that then, involving you little fellas. To be fair, something I'm also feeling I might need to do is just set up another one of these things. You have completed up to high culture, giving us the metal block. The metal block is important because that we can then make out of gold and make something very, very, very nice. Haha! Honestly, another thing I probably need to make already is the spice grinder. Just to truly understand what it can do for me. So, when it comes to taming one of those geysers over there, how much steel do I require? Is what I need to remember. And the answer is a lot. I just can't remember how much. You know, I now have to wonder if I can just transport Rover onto this map, onto our home planet, just to have him go around as a maid, sweeping everything up for us. We're at an interesting point where I just have so much wood, there is technically no point not to just cover my brooms in back wall. Just to make them look nice. Who's my artist? Isn't it Kai? Yes, Kai. Kai, could you also do some decorating? I made these wood blocks for everyone to add a little bit more pizzazz to their options. How are we doing down here? It's the exact same temperature, but... Oh, interesting. This carbon dioxide thing went dormant. Okay. Hold on, then. If that's the case, could we please deconstruct these? Disable this building. In fact, don't even bother disabling it. I'm just going to cut off the wire. That'll make it easier on us. There we go. And can we analyze this carbon dioxide geyser so that we know when it's going to do its things? Kai, I'm not going to lie, I have no idea what else I can give you. Have some science just so that you can start learning things quicker, I guess. A new person. Tell me, what do you give me? You're enjoying giving me bionics right now. As I say, I don't have enough of a system in place to ranch them yet, so I'll take the Joya seeds. Now then, we have made these, so I want to start farming some starnacles. Why? Because I don't know why. We have so much of this Cornitria stuff, and there's so much of it as a back wall as well, no less, that I feel I don't legitimately need to care about the fact it's technically limited. And we've even found out it's technically not limited because it exists over here, in which we can find 15 tons of the stuff. Ooh. Oh, come on, Senna. You were so close. I need to set up the shine bug plant. I need to do it somewhere where they are not a health risk for us. Inherently. I am thinking that place to be here. Question number 2. Do I want to try and move these grubs over to the main base? After all, being pollinated by a grub is a 50% growth speed increase. And more seed chance, which is the thing I think we need most, actually. You know what? When are we in the schedule? Tomorrow we're sending over, I think, Gizmo. Gizmo. The fact I can't even remember their name shows how little I care about them in the end. So salted food and caviar do stack. It's just a matter of getting both. Interesting. You know, there's another little mod I've installed called the Fishing Station. The Fishing Station is a really nice mod because it allows us to cull our fish if we need to. I've also just remembered that Gizmo can't swim, so I don't think can head over there. So, you know what? Nisbet, you go instead. Where are you? Actually, that's another reason I need to set up a glow squid den. Calamari. Because calamari can then be used to make nigiri, which is just a tier 5 food. Which is basically the best. Off you go, Nisbet. Welcome back in, and pop your eardrums straight away because pain and suffering, that's why. So, we need you to make us that, and that, and then that over here. And you're then gonna stop that because that's not needed. Ah yes, the entire fish population in here is dead. What did we expect? Oh wait, now I know what it is. Allow manual use. I always forget that little thing with conveyor loaders. You need to click that particular little button. Critter starvation. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. We're out of nori, apparently, which is not something that we need. Senna's going around and... what am I calling it? All the kelp holes, though, so luckily all the ore holes are just going nom 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 nom. How are we doing over here? We've sent over both eggs. Perfect. In that case, Nisbet, I legitimately do not believe there's anything left for you to do on this place. This island, this particular planet really doesn't offer us much. Oh, and look at this. We have a new thing. Would you offer me? You really love giving me these aquatic guys at the moment, and I'm not against it. Ooh, you've got decreased air consumption. Not bad, not bad. Don't think you're needed, though. Steel, however, is always needed. And it makes it so that I don't have to... I thought the pocket of air would do better than that. Nope, nope, I will not save scum it. I will not. I will be good. We are merely going to stop the problem while we can. Right. Hello there. What do you provide me? Lab flask ceiling light. Don't I have that? Yes, I do have one of those. Screw off, you only need one. It is now that I am beginning to realize I actually have a few duplicates of thing. A few copies when I only need one. Jesus, I got 3 of this one. Can we do a little bit of digging, please? Yes, there we go. That'll lower the level. Awesome. Right. Now... we finish the mopping then. And then we make ourselves an airlock door, because clearly we need to. Yes, Nisbet, off you go. Move like the clappers building that thing. How are we doing at filling this up? We have not. How am I doing by here, by the way? Okay. Got a fair bit of water in there. Hey, Gizmo. You seem to be wearing a lot of weird stuff. Were you... Oh, so does my mod replace the snazzy suit, but not the primo suits? In that case, let's actually make you look nice. You know what, Gizmo? Take that outfit. I think you look good. So, today I've discovered I need to give them all snazzy suits, not the other one. So, I am in the process of making the slime bug pen. Now, it's on its side compared to that of the Slogos, and that's because to be able to make the best sort of pen, we want to make sure we feed them. Oh, sorry, not feed them, but keep them cozy. And to do that, we need this airborne condo, which is 3 wide. So in order to make 4 of them... Senna, what are you doing? Because these plants are looking very... not cut down. Oh, also duplicate. Hey, Bamoth. We have no way to feed a Bamoth. Got it. Out of everything, give me another Mega Frond. I really wish this could tell me how much they drink. I have also realized that, goddamn, I need a lot more plastic. You know what, Senna? If you're not going to do anything productive, then research for me this. Because I want to know what the insulated airlock door is. And quite frankly as well, we have the soda fountain, which will be nice. So 75 degrees is when you start breaking as a person. Got it. Ah, this thing has been filled, has it? It's filled with a little bit more zinc than it is steel, but you know what? Hell with it. In fact, we do actually need to be filled with more zinc than... It's actually filled with less zinc than I want. Because I need enough zinc for it to be able to replace the iron this thing's made out of, because we need the iron. Damn it, rebuilding you out of a different material changed your settings. God damn it. Wait a moment. Okay, Nisbet, what are you doing right this second? You are making something you don't need to. What about now? Well, you're not moving over there because you're going to move down here. Why is there some chlorine right there? Where in Christ's name did that come from? There we go. We've analyzed it. When is it coming online? 30 days. We can live with 30 days. After all, we've still got plenty of fuel for this thing in here. So, now I can make atmosphere suits. Where are the lead suits? Goddamn miles away. Right. Glorious. We now know what the polluted brine vent gives. When's it going to... It erupts at approximately a 50% rate. Okay. Calculated output 2.5 kilograms a second. So, How much does one of these bastarding things need? 30 kilograms. There is 600 seconds in a day. So 2.5 times 600 divide by 30. This thing can fuel, assuming we can get every single drop of brine out of it, approximately 50 tubulars. I don't think we have a problem with potentially being able to get the aquaticness needed for them. The only thing we'll need to manage is the heat control. Excellent. You're now filled with the zinc. Perfect. Can we change Rover's module to a Trailblazer module, please? Ah. Now we are noticing a bit of a heat increase in this direction. Can I actually just destroy this power transformer right here? Because we don't need it. A jawbow egg. Do jawbows even give anything other than food? Rust. They give rust. And a crap ton of fillet. So they eat one fish for 60 kilograms of rust. 60 kilograms of rust can then be turned into a bit of oxygen, chlorine, and iron for us. Overall, not particularly much. But it does give us a lot of smoked fish. But again, that's about it. I think I'd rather take the mushroom. Everyone's enjoying their sushi and caviar. We actually live in quite a place of luxury when you think about it like that. You know, assuming the place wasn't completely covered in pollution, that is. A couple of people have really nice, smooth air to drink. A couple of people don't. Nisbet, what are you sleeping on a cot for? Sleep in your room, damn it. You know, I have just realized we've got this open. We can actually rummage it now. Okay, this is ready. So, Gizmo is there. Sonia, you're right there. Perfect. So if you would move down here, please. Sonia, I want you to install all the piloting boosters today. And the astronomy one. And then Gizmo. Marvelous. We're going to save the game, just in case, even though I've already committed to not save scumming at this point. But Gizmo in the Trailblazer. Okay, we don't actually need them in the Trailblazer until... Okay, I always remember the Trailblazer basically just being just stuck in there while you go to the planet, which is a little stupid. So I'm glad that's not the case anymore. Begin the launch sequence. Goodbye. See you soon. Why are you unable to achieve that? Unreachable. Devon, can you swim? Yes. Why is this reachable for one but not the other? Good. Move that little light bug. Oh, for God's sake! Okay. So, you are in orbit. Deploy the cargo module. Deploy the Gizmo. Alright, Gizmo. What do you mean finding safer area? Screw you finding safer area. You need to find some bloody zinc. How are you doing in the rocket, by the way? Oh yeah, I should probably tell you to enable that. And then make that. No. You can't generate power for something you can't battery! Stupid morons. Stupid morons. Just constant, stupid, bloody morons. Yes, yes, stop scratching yourself over your radiation. It's not that bad. Hush up. Glorious, you've done that. Now, make me the rocket platform out of zinc, please. You're not picking up regolith. You are picking up zinc. Understood? Good. You know, it has just occurred to me. Oh yeah, there you are. That I had a bunch of eggs that I forgot to move. Scolding? What are you doing down here? Who? Why? You're collecting gladia. How? Where? Why? Oh, and that's come down. Okay, in that case. Come on, Gizmo. Speed it up. Normal airlock door requires 400 refined metal. The insulated one requires 100 and 400 grams of insulator. Such as rubber. And because it's made out of rubber, we will have effectively proven that you can't move heat through it. Potentially. Depending on what it considers its created resource out of. Nisbet, make me this thing. Excellent, and now Sonia can get out. Sonia, please do not put steel back into this thing. Give me a jig. Right, so. Hey look, another liquid carbon dioxide geyser. Fun! Don't know how we managed to find that, but the fact there's another one, very fun. Very fun. If you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind an explanation as to which geyser that one is, just to make sure it's copper. And then we can do the same over here with this one. Tomorrow is your break, isn't it, guys? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, if you just quickly mine out what I want you to mine out. Copper, perfect. That's what I thought. Currently idle, not dormant. Okay. And again, copper. Perfect. Summon the crew. And off you go back home. Go. Away! Hello there. What might you be? Fried mushrooms. Screw it. Why not? Give us a treat of variety. Can someone please move this shine bug? Why are you carrying more Ganea? From bloody where? Power level critical. Why is it critical? What? Did you guys not fill up your power banks on your last break or something? So, run like the bloody clappers, Gizmo. Okay. Who's coming to help him? Come on. That's right. Devon, you look hungry. You're only missing 1,000 calories. Shut the Christ up, Devon. So. Kai. We've been waiting for a while now. Would you care to explain why the wood blocks have not been made? Thank you. Thank you, Kai. Is that all I needed to do? Set it to one of your top priorities? I mean, I gave you an art degree for a reason. I want to see this be a fish of some sort, Kai. I mean, this is your... Actually, no, this is your room. What do you want it to be, Kai? Interesting. You gave Sonia a puff arse. Not sure how I should feel about that. And we finally got the lovely little, whatchamacallit in here. Glorious. And it looks like it's on its way to becoming tamed and just constantly start pelting out eggs for us. Beautiful. Brilliant. We will need to put in some auto sweepers in here. And you've already started by laying an egg when you were still wild. That's actually a little annoying, but we can work with it. We can work with it. It's fine. Rubber. So it does consider its primary material to be the insulator material. Okay. That's good to know. Iota flour requires... yeah, really low temperatures. I thought so. We'll just get a digging module. Like, I'm not sure if Gizmo even truly has a use for it, but it's just more modules, which is more speed, which is just good. So, look at how quickly this shine bug is producing eggs. Beautiful and glorious, isn't it? How are we doing on our research towards the lead suit that we're clearly going to need inside that place? In fact, you know what? At the same time, how much lead do I have? Because I feel like I need to cover the entire thing in lead as well. So, despite the fact you guys are actually happy, you have not been producing me these slow-go malts. Oh goodness, bed. Time to go. Time to leave. Yep, good girl. Leave. Leave. Okay. At least they can quite easily get out in time. Also, look at that. Negative 90 degrees. Basically. So, if I wanted to make a place for the dartles and the dewdrips and everything, that would probably be it. Well, obviously I'd need to heat it up a little bit first, but... So what have we actually properly achieved today? The answer is basically nothing. Good God, you're pollinated by the grub. How long do you take to grow technically right now then? Exuberant leafy lycae. Bountiful exuberant lycae. Those are the plants I want to see. They require technically 2.5 times the dirt, but grow in half a day before taking into account the grub and the mimica. And produce twice as much as well. Especially this one. In fact, this one is a whatchamacallit by itself. Now then, we don't need this Trailblazer rocket anymore. So, quite frankly, I'm going to replace it with Rover. Don't worry, Nisbit. Your health is slowly increasing. You'll get better eventually. Physical injuries just take time to heal, that's all. Now, I suppose the big question is, which one of these do I want first? Normally, my answer would be quite easily the gold one. You do not produce a lot. Let's see, you produce 9.5 for 55 seconds, so about 500 kilograms every 900 seconds. 930 seconds. We've got to be exact because the numbers don't round up very well. You erupt for significantly less, in less time. So, honestly, you're probably the weaker of the two by far. 8.5, 8.3 every 50, for 52 every 240. You produce quite quickly. You genuinely need some thought about how quickly you produce, because that is a significant downtime. But I think the best one to go for initially is just gold. And that's just because that it also has a bit of refined metal on top of it, just in case we need it. Hee. And also it's already a vacuum around this place generally, so it makes it a lot easier to actually tame the damn thing too. So then the question of the day becomes, do I need ceramic? Or is rubber fine? And the problem is we don't know the answer. How much radiation are you receiving? Very little, genuinely. And it does say original, so you guys can mutate. But dear God, is mutating you apparently going to be an absolute train wreck of a chore. Also, I find it entertaining how you're not now boiling, despite the fact you're technically just in a vacuum while knee-deep in almost boiling water. Yet you're just like, this is fine. This is just a cozy getaway. Oh, hello. How long have you been waiting? Yeah, I'll take boots. Devon? Where's Devon? Hi, Devon. Do you want shoes? Go get some shoes. Devon, I've also just realised. You need a hat. So, Lum. Tell me. Because I know you're a really good fella. For our plants here. Nisbet, for God's sake. But it also looks like you can't jump. So the moment I make that farm tile right there, you should be able to run across and then harvest the two of these for us, right? That is what you're naturally inclined to do, correct? Yep. Because you're hoping it's food that you can eat. Now, granted, it does also look like the ability has a cooldown. You can create seeds. You can create seeds. What the Christ have I been not putting you in there for, then? Ah, yes, overheat damage. I'm gonna have to make you out of something else. Aren't I, you stupid pitcher pump? I didn't think about that. Bloody hell. Maximum heat you can be is... Your heat is 695 degrees. Okay, okay. So, do I have any gold around here? I swear I do. Here it is. Gold amalgam. Marvelous. So here we go. My third blueprint of the episode. What niceties are you going to give me? Green mush gas reservoir. I mean... I have a few already to choose from. I mean, if we really want to decorate up the place... I suppose I can make things look a little bit more colorful, I guess. And here we go. So, this down here is where I am intending to store my food. Now, you might be asking, why? Simply put, it's going to become a carbon pit. And I always prefer storing the food inside the whatchamacallit, the same place as the Great Hall or whatever it becomes. Because it just ends up meaning they're closer to the food. God, I need someone to clear up all the junk around here. Plug slug eggs. I mean... Okay, Camille, you're just bad because having that... Removing one of the traits you want to do when it's in a tree which is only too long in the first place, just... Some of these duplicants, man. Alright, well, you know one thing I can do? Because I'm at the 4-hour mark. I should be stopping. So, first things first, I am going to get Sonia, our pilot, and only Sonia. No. Gizmo 2. Wait. Gizmo. You don't need that. Sonia. Fuck it, take both of them. Begin launch sequence. Up to the sky. Now you're going to tell me both of you are fully powered, right? Yes, but you have horrid amount of gear oil. God damn it! Deploy rover. Get over there. Storing food. Good start, rover. Apparently this is what I need to do. I just need to create a bunch of little so-and-sos every now and then. Man, rover's not messing around. Oh yeah, that's another thing I need to do. Hold on. How much? I don't have enough zinc. Damn it! So I need myself a little robot all the time. Okay guys, you got 1 day over here. The moment it hits nightfall, we're sending you back across. So, what do we need you doing? We need you cutting into this place. How do we need you doing it? First up, we need you to make 2 things. First, we need this. An airlock door. Because eventually we might get those filthy organic oxygen breathers over here. Well, then also gonna need a source of power over here. Rover, I love you. You are literally just doing what I wished everyone else would have done ages ago. So clearly, I need to just make a bunch of rovers. You're almost done, Nisbit. You're almost done. Where did you go? There you are. How much you got left? Health you got left? Plenty. You can make that, and then we can be away with what we got. Dear God, how many of these damn things do I have and need? How are we doing over here? I'd like you to at least make all the wires and start... What am I calling it? Sonia, why are you providing coal to the thing which isn't powering anything? Thank you. Bringing you over was a mistake, Sonia. The only reason you're not completely useless is because you are at least a body. No, Gizmo. I was gonna say... No, Gizmo. You do not open the door. Oh, I suppose you're just gonna be able to build it from over there now. So... It's not as bad. Although, it is actually time for you guys to set back on out. Because you've had your day. Radiation vomiting. Yeah, I get it. That's half the reason you don't want to be here. That's why we need to get those shine bugs up online. And online they are slowly becoming. They can only pick up 200 kilograms, but you know what? At this point, I don't care. He is doing something no other duplicant was willing to do. Power level critical. Put in the batteries! At least this time you should get home in time. I hope. I especially hope. If you want to live, stop scratching your back, vomiting, or other bullshit. Like, just go! Just move! Just move! Move or die! Move or die! Stop scratching yourself! You deserve that! Who's gonna go and help him? Eh? Who's moving? Because he kind of needs help because he's gonna die in a couple of seconds because his oxygen tank's almost out. God's sake. What's produce? No. No, you fucking don't. So, Sure. Oh, wait. If I'm having that, Rex egg needs to move in here. I mean, you got, like, several days to do it. So how many rats do you lose from the gunk extraction? Oh, you actually lose 300. Right. So it is actually the equivalent of 3 bathroom breaks. Fair enough. Well, everyone, despite the kind of lack of anything we really got out today. Well, I mean, I suppose we got a little bit of squid ink, but... Oh, I got 600. I didn't realize we got to milk it. We milked this thing again. Oh, no, we haven't. We've milked something again. But yes, despite the lack of really anything properly productive we might have got down today, because we were dealing, like, with this infestation, and trying to get this working, trying to create the pen of whatchamacallit here. I need to stop getting sidetracks. Despite the lack of anything we've proper mission progression we've done towards anything today, I'm afraid I've been recording for 4.5 hours, so that means I'm all out of time for today's episode. So, if you have any ideas about things I can do today to improve how things are going, because we kind of need some improvements. I'm trying to get some mutated starnacles, but I don't think there's anywhere close to enough radiation around here to make it at all plausible. Like, the only reason this one seems to be working so well is because of the fact it's like 4 different water types, so it's not 1,000 kilograms worth. God damn. So yes, leave me comments down below on things you think you can do to improve this place. We've at least got the Shinebug ranch ready to start making eggs. Start making whatchamacallits for them. I should consider maybe making a plant of plug slugs for the same reason, because they're just superior. But yes, things are progressing slowly, very slowly. I like to take my time with this game. It's very much a relaxation game for me, is this one. So, if you want to become a duplicant in this lovely not hellhole, be sure to leave a comment telling me what kind of person you want to become in this place. And if you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like. But everyone, I'm afraid that until the next time that I see you, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, and good day, and finally, good night.